multiplying two numbers, a times b, for example, we're multiplying two numbers, a times b equal to 0. There are at least one of them supposed to be 0. For example, 0 times, we don't care what is b going to be, right? Whatever number you plug in here, that will tell us. Okay? Does that make sense? Or, for example, 7. Or, let's say b is 0, then in this case, we don't care whatever a is, that will be correct. The result going to be equal to 0. Does that make sense? For example, negative 2 over 7, or 5 times 0 equals 0. So this is what it means. If a times b equals 0, then a equals 0 or b equals 0. Or both equal 0, 0 times 0 equals 0. This is what we're going to talk about today. At the previous class, you guys are pretty familiar to this type of questions, but previous class we were learning how to factor those. In this class, we will just go one little step further and find what are actually. We're going to solve it. The previous class was factor. So how we're going to do that? X squared minus 5x plus 6 equals 0. What are the roots of 6 and 1? Let's try this. Since this is negative, use negative. This is negative. Negative times negative positive. That's so far so good. Then we'll double check that. When I do multiply cross, negative 6x minus x equals negative 7x, and I couldn't get this one. So, is that wrong? What should I do? It didn't work. No comment plus? Even nothing? Negative 2. Try the alternative factors of 6. Like that. So negative 2 times negative 3 equals 6. We're good. And then when these do cross, negative 2x plus negative 3x. Equals negative 5x. There you go. We got it. We got the number in the middle. So that is right. What was the next step? Next step was right hand. Say again. Right hand. Straight across, correct? Straight across. Yes, and then they will be equal to 0. So tell me what are those? X minus 2 times x minus 3 equals 0. Now, did you understand why we start the lesson with this example? If you are multiplying any number, and if the result is 0, that means either one is going to be 0. It doesn't matter which one. At the same time, that could be 0. Both of them at the same time could be 0. I'll try one by one. X minus 2 equals 0, or x minus 3 is equal to 0. From here, x equals 2, x equals 3. Is that clear? You can double check. You can plug it in and then see that will satisfy. Now, if you don't want to, let me see the next example. Okay, let's do the next example. Is there any question on this one? No? Let's do this one. First things first, it must be in the standard form. What was the standard form? X squared. Let's go. Then x squared. I mean, asking what is the standard format. X squared plus, there you go, equals, good. Is that in the same format? No. So how am I going to make that in this form? So if as you see, it's equal 0, right? But this is not equal 0. I need to make that equal 0. So for that, then what should I do? Plus 12. Good job. How many do you agree? Plus 12 to both hand sides. I'm going to add 12 to both hand side. Let's see what I'm going to get. X squared minus 7x, negative 12, positive 12 will be cancelled out. Is that in the standard form now? For sure it is. Right? Then let's solve that one. What are the roots are? 6 and 2. Guys, you can understand 6 and 2 is not going to work because 6 plus 2 equals 8. You're not going to get that. But when you do 12 and 1, for example, you can see that 12 and 1, you won't be able to get this one. So tell me which one is right. 3 and 4. 3 plus 4 equals 7. Since this is negative, I make it negative. And right straight across, x minus 3 times x minus 4 is equal to 0. What are the roots are? X minus 3 is equal to 0. Then we're going to solve them separately. X minus 4 is equal to 0. Why I am doing this? Remember why I am doing this. For example, make sense? If you're multiplying a number by 0, result will be equal to 0. So that's why, since these are numbers, even though there are variables, we know that these are numbers. And 0 times anything equals 0. So 3x, so when I solve this one, x equals 3 and x equals 4. Does that make sense? 3 and 4, keep that in mind. Now you guys get your calculators. Get your calculators, please. Menu, algebra, and which one should I choose? 3 because it's polynomial, right? X squared. So, and then choose one. Degree. When I go back to question, what is the degree of this polynomial? Degree is 2. The highest exponent is the degree, okay? It's 2. Let's go back there, choose 2, and then click OK. Then, you know A, B, and C, correct? Ax squared plus bx plus c. So when I get back there, what is A, what is B, what is C? Tell me what is A? Square? Ax squared. Ax squared. What is A? 1. B? Negative 7. C? Correct. 1, negative 7, and 12. 1, negative 7, and 12, right? Negative 7 and 12. I'm going to put it on to keyboard. Did you enter the values? So after you guys put those coefficients, after you put those coefficients, we're going to get this one. What do you need to do? Just enter 3 and 4. Is that the same thing? 3 and 4. That is right. This is the way we use calculators. Okay, next question. So, in this type of questions, is that in the standard form? That's not in the standard form. So, Dominic, how are we going to bring it into standard form? How are we going to bring it to standard form? Make equals 0, correct? So that portion is supposed to be equal 0. So what makes that? How am I going to naturalize?
Transfer it to the other side.
Perfect. Transfer that to the other side. How?
So you would subtract 2 and then you'd add.
Subtract 2.
Add to it.
Exactly. To the both hand side. So let's do that. I'm going to do the same thing to the left hand side. So 5x squared, I don't have any other 5x squared term. 5x squared and 30x. And also I have how many x more? 2x more. And what is next? 14 minus 2 is equal to what? Is equal to 0. Correct, because 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. Cancels out. 2x plus 2x cancels out. Now, we're going to solve it. Either you guys use your calculators or do this like that, 5x and x, which is 6 times. Why did I put 6 here? 5x times 6, 30x. Pretty close. What is left? 6 times 2. 30, 32x. We got it. So what is next? What is next? Tell me the factors. Tell me the factors. Factors. How to complete it? Right straight across. Good job. Right straight across. That is equal 0. So tell me the roots. What are the roots are? What are x's are? Those are factors. Guys, these are, pay attention, these are the factors. I'm asking what are the x's? What is next? Yes, negative 2 over 5 and negative 6. How did we get that? Calculator makes that easily, but now what we're gonna do, remember the first slide. You're multiplying two numbers, and at the end, if you're getting 0, that means either one's supposed to be equal 0. Okay? So you're going to make them equal 0. 5x plus 2 is equal to 0, and or x plus 6 is equal to 0. When you solve for x, because imagine, let's say this is 0. 0 times whatever equals 0. Let's say this one is 0. 0 times whatever is that equals 0. X equals negative 6. Plug it in. Negative 6 plus 6 equals 0, right? 0 times, then you plug in here negative 6 is going to be negative 30 plus 2 is equal to negative 28. Negative 28 times 0 equals 0. That's satisfying. Then calculator, when you put in, if you use your calculators for this one, the new one, what was that? Menu 331 plus quadratic. What are the roots? Negative 6 and negative 2 over 5. Word. So 2x squared plus 7x is equal to 15. This is not in the standard form. You need to make it in standard form. It must be equal to 0. So 2x squared plus 7x minus 15 is equal to 0. You're supposed to subtract 15 from both hand side. Now we're good. Now we're good. Then what we're going to do, we're going to put into calculator 2, 7, negative 15, right? 2, 7, negative 15. Menu 331. This is good. 2, 7. Negative 5 and 1.5. Negative 5, let's cheat, and then 3 over 2, right? How's that gonna work? We cannot put decimal here. So let's solve in a regular way and then compare the work we do. We're supposed to get 3 3. 6 plus 5 doesn't work. 3 times 5. 10x minus 3x, 7x. That works. Yeah. So, which one is correct? So tell me, help me to put the right signs here. So 10x, 1. 10x, what I need? 7x, what should I do? Subtract 3. 10x minus 3x equals 7x, very good. Now we're going to put the roots, factors, I'm sorry. We're going to put the factors. X equals, compare with the double check with calculators. That's right. So the graph shows a function modeling the height of a frog's jump, where x is the distance from the jump start. So what could be the question? Let's say you don't see that. Let me close it. All right, what is the question could be? What they can ask you. How far? Perfect. Right? How far? How are you gonna, which value will tell you how far he's gonna jump? Yeah, what do you call that, x or y? It's x. X is x. This point, there are how many x's here? 0 is the first one because it's still standing there, and after he jumps he'll land back to the ground, and that value is the x. So x, correct? I need to find x, zeros of the functions, because y equals this. And what could be the other question? How talent is the brook, or how far? And another question, how high? So what is that point representing? Does that make sense? So we call that maximum. Yes, y, maximum point. Let's use, in this case, not the we're gonna use, you can use this one, perfectly fine, the x. Let's do that, that's fine. But I'm gonna use graph function of the calculator. Open a new one. In this case, we're going to use the graphing tool. So what was that? Negative 0.28. You guys don't have to wait, you can solve it on your own. Plus 0.59x. So where's c? Ax squared plus bx plus c. Where's c? It's 0, right? We don't have to write it. So once we click that, oh, where's the, you just see the half of the graph. So what is next? What am I supposed to do? How am I going to see the entire graph? Zoom out or change. Let's make this 150. You remember that, right? You better remember. So once you make this one change, when you change this one, you'll be able to see everything. So after this, so let's say how far is he gonna go? These are the zeros of the function. So you're going to click menu, analyze graph, and zeros of the functions. So we're wondering this point, correct? You're going to click one left and one to the right. One to the left, one to the right. So what is that? 20.3. Okay, this is how. Let me see the question. In feet, 20 feet. Okay. So who's gonna tell me how am I gonna find the maximum height? The maximum, that makes sense. So one to the left, one to the right. When you do that, how high the frog gonna jump? 10.2. So in this case, you learn to find how far is he gonna go with using calculator function of the calculator and graph function of the calculator. Either way you can apply. Let's get started. Another one, another type of one. What was that? Point. So I click enter. So since paying attention, since you don't want to see the first one, what you can do, click tab, this, click tab, this, and then uncheck this one, and then we don't want to see these anymore. We can delete those. So I'm not able to see entire graph. I'm gonna click here, 25, let me see if that's enough. Yeah, quite enough. And 50 is not enough for this one, make it 75, 77, whatever. So I'm able to see entire graph. So did you understand how to change the values here? You can do the same thing. So you're going to double click on the number. I'm explaining. Double click on the number. So we type another thing. Change the number. So what is the question? There's a soccer ball. Kiddos kick the ball. We're wondering the distance x. How far is that gonna go? And then how high is that going to reach? So menu, we're gonna analyze the graph. We're going to find the zeros of that. We know this point, right? It's 0. I don't have to do that. So that's why I'm going to drop to the right and drop to the left. It's 53 feet. 53.3. Then, next, how high? The maximum point. We're going to find the maximum point. Is that 28.9? 26.7? This is x, actually 26.7 is not the height. 21.3 is the height. Because y value, how do you understand y value? Corresponding y, corresponding number on the y-axis, 21.3. So let me ask you a question. What was 26.7 represent? X is off. And what was that? X is of, there you go. Right, X is of symmetry, because remember, when you draw a line, imaginary line here, over here, that will divide the graph into two equal pieces. X of symmetry is 26.7. It's not featuring out. What we're considering here, height. Which one is the height? 21.3. When we look at the answer choices, so 26, these are the distance, right? I can eliminate those, by the way. It's saying 26, not the answer. B or D? We're sure this is 53.3. Look at that, 53.3 here, and the height is 21.3. 21.3. The range. 21.3, 21, and even though that fitted in here, that makes more realistic. Actually, I would have just range, then you can go back to what is range here. Range is all real numbers. What is the sign? Greater than equal, less than equal, which one? Range. Y is less than equal, yes, 21.3. Because all the way down, there is no graph up on top. Does that make sense? What were you thinking? At first I was thinking that he's so straight. No,